For cat, and I'm out for a walk with my golden doodles. Let's see if you can see them there. There's Sasha, and that one is Luna. Yeah, it's kind of a nippy day for the south here, and make sure I can film this and control these golden doodles at the same time. So, anyways, I want to go over a few things. Just so we can kind of come to an understanding. I am not a doctor, all right? I'm not a scientist. I'm just a normal Joe, like most of you out there, that hear all kinds of different things from different people. And you hear all kinds of studies, and you hear studies from doctors that promote a plant-based diet, doctors that promote animal-based diet, and scientists that promote each. And what can you possibly believe? They all sound good. I can find a study for everything, and you can find a study for everything to counter what I found. So I am 64. I am working on my 7th decade of life. So I only can draw from my own life experience. All my uncles, my aunts, my parents, my grandparents, my brother, and everybody else that I've been associated, my friends. Well, from my conclusion, from drawing on what happened to them in their life, their use of following a good rounded diet, eating the fruits and the vegetables and the lean meat and the chickens, and taking their statin drugs and their high blood pressure medicine. How did that work out for them over the decades? And because I'm not a young cat, well, I can tell you how it worked out for them. They still got stents, they still got bypasses, they still have had heart attacks, strokes, and caught cancer. So, here I am, I'm 64, and I haven't had nothing serious so far. So, I'm just thinking, following the standard course, it didn't work for them. So genetically, it probably wouldn't work for me either. So, I'm doing something different. I understand there's no long-term studies on carnivore. So, you know what? That gives me hope, because there ain't no long-term studies that says carnivore doesn't work either. I can only tell you what I've experienced so far. I've experienced a lot less inflammation. My feet don't kill me no more. I don't have digestive problems. And I like the fact that it does regulate my glucose, okay? I started, I'm only 4 days into the actual just pure animal flesh, no cheese and no dairy for the month of January, because it's World Carnivore Month. But I have been checking my glucose level with a Keto Mojo, and so far, 4 days in without the dairy, I am kind of impressed with being in the high 80s and low 90s shortly after exercise, for one thing, which is normally my glucose spikes after exercise. So I'm taking that as a good sign. All right. Anyways, like I've said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, and I'm reading in my comments about no study supports my cold plunges I do, and no studies do this and no studies do that. If I dig, I can find them. But the point is, this is my journey, and I'm not recommending it for anybody else. I'm just documenting what I'm doing. I am all for you doing you and me doing me, and let the cards fall where they may. If you think, following a low fat, high vegetable, high fruit diet with a lot of grains, leaves, stems, and roots. Taking your statins and your blood pressure medicine. If you think that's going to work out for you in the long run, by all means, go do it. I just believe, from my experience with people that are genetically close to me, that is not going to work out for me, so that's why I'm not doing it. And I've always been kind of a rebel anyways, right? During the, the big problem we had in 2020, there was places that I couldn't even go because I didn't take certain steps to allow me to go there. I just simply refused. And then I had family members that were like all on board. Let's everybody do what, obviously there wasn't no long-term studies. They gave in. I didn't give in. And you know what? I feel stronger and happier. They don't have to sit there with this shadow hanging over my head that maybe I did something that one day you're going to be watching commercials on TV and, it's going to be saying, give us a call at 1-800 blah, 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 and we're going to sue these people for you. So I'm sure everybody understands what I'm talking about, right? So I just want to clear up that, all right? So anyways, right now I'm just going for a walk with my dogs. I worked out earlier today with my wife. We went to the gym and did legs, and I did not cold plunge this morning because my wife wanted to get right out the door, so we didn't waste too much time, but I will be hitting a cold plunge tomorrow morning. That's the best time because usually in my cold plunge, because it's getting so chilly at night, it's around 8 or 9 Celsius, which is below 50 degrees. So that really, when I can tell, today I did not do the cold plunge, and I just didn't quite have the skip in my step that I normally do. I think the shock of that cold plunge just totally wakes you up. I mean, it gets me going, and I feel great from it. But, there might be some small studies. I'm sure there isn't no long studies. Who the heck is, going to allow themselves to take cold plunges over an extended period of time and, get studied? I don't think those things have happened. Just dogs walking two at the same time can be challenging, especially with everything they see they want to go after. But I don't always walk them. A lot of times if I had done legs today, I would probably have took them out running, and it works out pretty good running. I tie them to a leather belt around my waist, and they pretty much get tuckered out after 2 miles, but I usually go about 3.5 miles with them. They kind of drag me the first 2, and I drag them the last 1.5 miles, so it kind of, tit for tat, right? However you do that. But anyways, just got this selfie stick, and I wanted to give it a try on my walk to see, so you can see my pretty neighborhood. So far today, I've had 2 small steaks, and I've ate 6 burger patties, and that's been it so far. And that might be it for today. I don't know. I also had a bratwurst. I want to make sure I get enough fat, so I'm hoping that bratwurst contributed to my fat for energy, right? 'Cause I want to keep that energy high. And anyways, that's it. I just want to say I understand I'm not a doctor or a scientist. This is just my journey, and you can watch it, or you can choose not to watch it. But I hope you give me a like and follow, and maybe we can have some fun along the way as I do some more cold plunge videos. Those are always fun, and You can see me do sprints. You know, old man sprinting. Who would have thought I would take up sprinting at the age of 64? And today I tried something different too. I don't know, jumping up onto raised platforms, you know, both feet at the same time. I did 3 sets at the gym of those after we did legs, and I gotta tell you, that's pretty taxing. I'm gonna, you know, as long as my knees don't start hurting, I'm gonna keep on doing that for now. So anyways, like I said, you do you, I'll do me. And I tell you though, what I'm doing, I feel great. If you think prescription pills and blood pressure medicines and just you know, everything in moderation will work out for you, well, by all means do that, but I'm not doing it. And you know, the same thing, you should always follow your doctor's advice. Once again, I'm not doing that either, because I'm not going to take a statin drug. I have the high HDL, low triglycerides, and I do have a high LDL, but you know, if I'm going to do carnivore, I can't see doing a statin drug. And you know, I don't think statin drugs are good for athletes anyways. In fact, I don't think statin drugs are good for you, period. But that's coming from a non-scientist, right? So, all right. So anyways, have a great day. And you know, one thing I really do believe, you got to keep that body moving one way or another, right? So, all right. Enjoy your weekend. That's it. Carnivore Ken out.